Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Amitha. Join me weekly as I talk to guests about their success stories and about events that will inspire you. Today, we'll be talking to two of the founding members of Canada-India Foundation, in short, CIF. CIF is an organization that fosters support for stronger bilateral relations between Canada and India. President of Bromed Pharmaceuticals, Inc., member of the board of Small Business Agency of Ontario, and vice chairman of the Canadian Museum of Indian Civilization. Mr. Ramesh Chotai is a member of the board at CIF. Vice chairman and CEO of Process Research ORTECH, and president of Sringeri Vidya Bharati Foundation. Dr. V.I. Lucky Lakshmanan is the immediate past chair of CIF. Both Dr. Lucky Lakshmanan and Mr. Ramesh Chotai are co-chairs of the upcoming Healthcare Summit to be held in New Delhi, India on March 30th and March 31st, 2017. Dr. Lucky Lakshmanan has been on our show before in 2015 to talk about CIF's first healthcare summit in Canada, and now it's happening in India. So let us find out more. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So congratulations, first of all, it's happening in India.
Thank you.
So first of all, tell us a little bit about CIF. What is the mission of CIF?
Well, Canada-India Foundation, Amitha, was formed about 10 years back. The reason was primarily to enhance the relationship between Canada and India. But there have been a lot of other institutions working in the areas of commerce. But Canada-India Foundation was formed primarily to promote policy issues at a higher level. So working between Canada and India, working with officials in Ottawa, Toronto, and many other places in Canada, as well as Indian government, and also the parliamentarians in both countries. So the focus is primarily policy, public policy. Public policy is the one Canada-India Foundation works very hard to promote between Canada and India.
Perfect. So it also gives opportunity for the Indian diaspora to be involved, to make changes.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Enlighten our viewers on some of the achievements of CIF so far.
We recognize the contribution of the outstanding Indian who has contributed to the, who has enhanced and contributed the Indian name and has created a mark in the history of India. Like we gave an award, our first award was to the telecom genius. And what we do, at this award, we give $50,000 to the recipient. And this is given to the charity of his choice.
See, along with Gala, we said we work in the area of public policy. Consistent with that, we arrange speaker series. We conduct forums and summits on areas that are strategically important for the both countries, Canada and India, to take advantage of the strength of both countries, the need of both countries. We did one with on energy, and we had eminent people like President Kalam speaking, Montek Singh Ahluwalia was here, Lisa Wright, our minister, was participating. We did on agriculture, we did on infrastructure, we did on mining, and then we did on healthcare. The first four were primarily on commerce, trade, investment. The one which we took on healthcare is relevant to everybody. With 1.3 billion people in India, on 35 million people in Canada, we in Canada give quality care and universal care available to everybody with equal opportunity and taking care of every citizen of this great country. And in India, they're aspiring to have similar healthcare system, and our reason for holding healthcare is it affects everybody. And we had one happening last year, and now we are going to be doing one this year.
So coming to that point, Dr. Lakshmanan, so the 2015 Healthcare Summit, what was that about?
That was primarily engaging the professionals in the healthcare sector. From India, we brought many people from hospitals, teachers, policymakers from India, as well as here in Canada, we connected with major hospitals, and that resulted in bringing some values. Hospitals formed relationships, professors formed relationships, doing new research, and professors and policymakers talked to people in Canada, and they found universities where they could be doing some research. For example, the alternate medicine Ayush, they have been talking to York. Similarly, Kalam always used to talk about providing urban care for rural areas. So that is one area which we focus, and we brought many people providing in rural areas healthcare in India. We connected them with people like Ontario Telemedicine. They formed relationship, and now they're doing a project in southern India. Similarly, William Osler is working with Apollo. They came and attended the conference here. Similarly, Toronto Healthcare, Toronto Rehab Foundation, passionately working for the relationship with Canada and India. We bring people from India, from public sector, private sector, officials from the government to talk to people here. Eric Hoskins, our minister, was a speaker. We had Kelly Leach, minister from federal government, came and participated. So it was of immense value, well recognized by our own community members and professionals and hospitals and politicians, similarly in India. So we believe the work and the effort that we put, a lot of work. Canada India Foundation is a non-profit. Everyone has got his own business or teaching somewhere. But together coming, we're making sure there's 1.3 billion people in India connected with about 1.3 million Canadians of Indian origin working in this great country, Canada. How can we synergize? How can we work together? And that is what we passionately are working on.
Very well said. So all in all, a revolutionary platform towards change. And now we are very excited to learn about this upcoming summit, and that's happening in India. And you're both our co-chairs for this summit. So we want to find out more, but before that, it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are about to learn about the upcoming CIF Healthcare Summit in India. So I'm going to take a step back before we get to the 2017 summit. We just heard about the 2015 Healthcare Summit. I understand that the focus was on generic drugs, and Mr. Chotai, you are the expert, so enlighten us a bit about that.
This event was primarily sponsored by one of the largest Canadian generic manufacturers, ORTECH. And they are also going to be our partners in 2017.
Good.
And Dr. Jeremy Desai, who is the CEO of ORTECH, is also going to be a keynote speaker. In the last summit, we had quite a few pharmaceutical companies participating and being our sponsors. Today, India is the third largest manufacturer of the pharmaceutical raw materials. And Canada imports about 78% of the raw materials from India.
Wow, I didn't know this. So that's revealing a revelation to me, and I am sure to the viewers as well.
Yes, yes,
so that's probably now why we are having the summit in India. Like it was in Canada, and now we are all the way to India.
Right.
Kudos to both of you. Yes. So tell us a bit about the upcoming summit.
The summit in India, Amitha, we must emphasize, we all seek for quality care in a cost-efficient way. Canada offers the universal care. India has 1.3 billion people, and also many physicians and pharma manufacturers, and a great digital economy in India, digital professionals. Whether the digital professionals can help to bring the cost, the delivery, in a much more efficient way. And Canada has a great policies, delivery to every citizen, but escalating costs for government is of concern. So bringing Indian digital professionals and major hospitals in India, will there be opportunity for us both to understand each other, for Canada to deliver in a cost-efficient way, and India to learn from Canada, how can we do it, the Canadian excellent way of providing healthcare to everybody. And that is the reason why they are taking this conference to India. And in India also, we have 70% of the people living at the rural areas. In Canada, of course, we have learned a lot, and we have got people living in distant locations. This country of 4,000 miles across delivers quality care to everybody. So we in Canada, the system that we have developed, and also find opportunities for investment in both countries. Apollo is a major hospital. They are partners to this conference and this summit. And our government of Ontario has been very helpful to us all these years, and they are supporting us for this summit. This summit is happening with participation and partnership with government of Ontario and Apollo Hospital, because to hold a conference, Amitha, in India, you need to have a good partner, an Indian partner, because the government wants to make sure there is an Indian partner working on this program. So Apollo is working with us. They helped us with the various formalities, and Ontario government is bringing a delegation of equipment manufacturers, medical equipment manufacturers to India. So this conference is happening with Canada-India Foundation's initiative, but with help from Government of Ontario. Mr. Akhil Tyagi from MEDT, Ministry of Economic Development, is passionately working with us. And Rahul Reddy, Senior Vice President of Apollo Hospital, is working with us, with our committee members. As you know, nothing happens with the individuals. It's the team that makes things happen. And we are very pleased, Government of Ontario working with us, and many pharmaceutical companies are working with us. As Ramesh Bhai said, many pharmaceutical companies are going to be supporting this conference happening in India. And of course, Apollo Hospital is working. So we're looking forward to a major program helping Canada to showcase what we do in Canada, and also learn and understand from India what can we get from India to deliver a good healthcare system in Canada. So
amazing.
In short, both the countries will benefit. So it's, we want to see that Canada also benefits.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And there's a lot to learn, from the Indian infrastructure to the hospital management, etc.
Yeah, no, for sure. We all, we love our healthcare system, but there's a lot of people frustrated about exactly the cost efficiency, and because of which now we have a lot of cutbacks in all the services that are provided.
It's still the best in the world.
It's still the best in the world, but we still can learn from, like you said, like India.
Absolutely.
So then I have a question from your experience with the 2015 Healthcare Summit. It sounds like there's a lot we have to learn from in India, and India has a lot to learn from us. But if there was one point that India could learn from the healthcare system in Canada, what could it be, and vice versa?
I think it's a long shot. We have a universal care system where everyone gets the same type of treatment, no matter what. It's not as to whether rich or poor, but everyone is treated equally. India has a long way to go. This doesn't exist in India, and they are trying to provide healthcare to the poor, but it is still very inefficient. It's in the primary stage. Yeah.
See, Amitha, in India, the delivery of healthcare service is not public sector. You have big hospitals like Apollo on one side, Apollo, Malar, Oakcroft, a lot of other big hospital institutions, and then municipal hospitals. So the delivery and efficiency you have a big gap. Whereas in Canada, it's all public sector, supported by government, but delivered through non-profit organization at the delivery level. So there is a model that we have developed in Canada. Is there any opportunity to give this to India? Another thing I also want to mention to you, Amitha, we have been struggling to contain the cost in Canada on healthcare. Healthcare and education takes a big chunk of the revenue for our government. On healthcare, many a time people say it takes 35, 37% or whatever it is. In India, we hear the digital economy is helping the delivery of the healthcare system. We heard one example. Cognizant, a major software company, working with Narayan Hridayalaya, a major heart, Devi Shetty is well known. They have established, they are doing business in Cayman Island for people coming from Western countries. And the hospital from Bangalore, the senior doctor is providing the surgery. But the digital help and everything else Cognizant doing, they brought the cost down tremendously. So this example can be, people from India are participating, and our own doctors and surgeons from Trillium, William Osler, Toronto Rehab, University Healthcare, they're all going to be there. So our summit will provide opportunity for our delegates from Canada. 50 people are going from Canada, and many from India will be coming. We are hoping that we say of taking this initiative to serve as part of the civil society, to serve our country. The relationship is made that helps India, learning from Canada, we Canadians bringing knowledge, some experience from India for delivery in Canada.
So it's a win-win situation for both sides.
It definitely is.
So we want to find out about what exactly is going to be the format for this year, based on feedback from the 2015. So we want to find out more, but it's time for a short break. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are talking about the CIF Healthcare Summit happening in India, March 30th to March 31st, 2017. So now tell us what exactly is going to be happening at the summit. What is the format? Who are the speakers? What are the issues will be covered?
We have a series of speakers. We have a keynote speaker, as I mentioned, Dr. Jeremy Desai of ORTECH. We also have a lot of health professionals from Canada and from India for this two-day event. We are hoping to have some officials from Indian government, from the health department, to be present there. Apollo Hospital will be very, very visible there. And Dr. Lakshmanan, he had been to India. He just returned from India, and he has lined up a series of speakers. I believe there are about 37 speakers.
Wow.
Amitha, thank you, Ramesh bhai. Amitha, our Canadian High Commissioner, His Excellency Nadir Patel, has agreed to open this conference. So he'll be attending. He'll give the opening address on 30th. Then we have many senior people, people like experts, Shrikant Reddy, who are on public policy. We'll have people from Soumya Swaminathan speaking, a luncheon speaker. She's a very senior official from Government of India. And then we have got people from Canada, Gopal Bhatnagar from William Osler Hospital, many people from William Osler Hospital, then Ontario Telemedicine, Ed Brown is going to be coming, Paul Wu from Toronto Rehab Foundation, Professor Arun Chokalingam is going to be coming, Sunil Chako from India. So there are a list of people coming. They're going to be covering areas like South Asian challenges, diabetes and heart attack and all that. They're going to be doing distant care, and there will be people from Indian institutions and Canadian institutions talking about. We'll be talking about digital health. Many companies from India as well as from Canada will be speaking on that. There will be on public policy, research and innovation. So there are going to be sessions on both days. There will be keynote speeches on the first day by Dr. Jeremy Desai. He's going to be opening the first plenary session. Then there will be the senior vice chairman of Cognizant speaking on the plenary. Then Rahul Reddy will be taking care of the South Asian diseases. So it's very, very inclusive. And the issues that are relevant to South Asians, diabetes and heart attack, and then issues that are relevant in today's, in today's healthcare, in today's economy, making sure everybody gets equal treatment. We in Canada also, we got situations with our own communities in distant locations. Mm-hmm. We may be able to learn a few things from India, whether it is digital or whatever it is. So we can also provide quality care in Nunavut or distant Northwest Territories and all that. There could be opportunity with Gopal Bhatnagar can do it in Mississauga. But with his help, what they're planning to do in Cayman Island, maybe we can do it in Nunavut or Northwest Territories. So then second day lunch, Soumya Swaminathan is going to be speaking. And there is potentially reception hosted by our own High Commissioner. So there's opportunity for delegate. 50 people going from here is not easy. The logistics and everything else. We want to, it is being done, not just two of us, but a committee of people. And Kalyan Sundaram, who is helping phenomenally, and he's putting the program together with the both of us. So we have a team working on it, and we want to make sure this conference is a great success, so both countries can be very proud of the relationship and also what Canadians of Indian origin is doing to serve both countries.
Wow. 2 days jam-packed with sessions that is going to make revolutionary changes for healthcare system both in Canada and India, distinguished speakers, experts in their field. So we wouldn't want to miss it. So I hear it's happening March 30th to March 31st.
Yes.
And it's in New Delhi, India.
At Maurya Sheraton.
There you go. And what an amazing venue.
Health professionals can register online, and the more the merrier.
Yes, the more the merrier, because like you said, individuals can make a change, but really it's the whole team coming together to create that revolution. So where is the website that we can visit to get more information?
It's CanadaIndiaFoundation.com.
So CanadaIndiaFoundation.com. Go check it out. Register for the March 30th to 31st, 2017 Healthcare Summit Conference happening in India. So thank you so much for coming and talking to us today about not just the summit, but about how CIF is making or providing a revolutionary platform for creating awareness and taking the changes forward.
Thank you very much, Amitha.
Amitha, thank you very much. You and the ZTV have been very helpful to us, and together we serve our community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There you have it. CIF's Canada-India Healthcare Summit happening in New Delhi, India on March 30th and March 31st, 2017. Well, that's a wrap for this week's show. Thank you for watching us. Continue to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and write to us at spotlight@ethnicchannels.com. Until next week, this is Amitha signing off, encouraging you to go to CanadaIndiaFoundation.com to register for the Canada-India Healthcare Summit happening in New Delhi, India from March 30th to March 31st, 2017.